Next week, everyone in this whole entire world will know in their hearts that there is nothing quite like heavenly album covers. Here's an album cover featuring comedian, poet, and dancer Nipsey Russell. This album is called Confucius Told Me, and here's Nipsey Russell there. He's wearing a little hat there. He's got a large fan and looks like maybe a large fortune cookie fortune. I'm not sure. And I think this album title is a double entendre. And here's a woman who seems very shocked. It's as if Nipsey Russell has said something bad, and she's sitting on a nice green cushion. She's dressed very nicely. She has a very small fan here, and Nipsey looks a little bit too happy up here, but all in all, it's a very pleasant record cover, album cover, and this album is on Borderline Records. Nipsey Russell was a poet, dancer, and comedian, and he was everywhere in the mid to late 1960s, through the 70s and 80s. He was on a lot of game shows and talk shows, and he was everywhere. He was almost the perennial guest on a lot of TV shows, and he was very funny. He always had a quick wit and something funny to say. And Nipsey grew up in Georgia, and he's not to be confused with Nipsey Hussle. And some of the tracks on this album are Bang Bang Club, Chinese Perspective, and Stuttering Sam. And the design for all this album cover imagery is Sam Suleiman. And let's take a quick look at Nipsey and his friend. Nipsey put out all sorts of other albums too. He was quite productive. And maybe one day I'll figure out what this album cover means. It's a little bit vague for me. I don't really pick up on things that quickly. But I think it's a double entendre. And this is Nipsey Russell, Confucius Told Me.